Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back. 10:29, a little bit of change, don't mind me. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Sydney, how are we feeling today?
I am feeling good today. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it.
I just had to ask because we're going to put you on the firing line here.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I feel good so far. Let's see what happens.
I like it. It looks good.
Thank you.
That looks good. That is a good lamb cake. It's a lot better than the ones that we saw on Thursday, Friday.
Last week. Yeah, no. So this week we made lamb cakes, me and my family, for Easter, which was very fun, and we had a good time. And yep, what do you know? I think it turned out okay.
It hung in there. You know, I mean, that's a good-looking lamb.
Thank you so much.
It was the Sunday before Easter, and I had a problem staring at me. Well, technically 3 problems. 3 undecorated lamb cakes. Now, I got to ask this. How did the head get decapitated?
Okay, so I don't think it was my fault. But
I don't think so, but I had the knife.
But I will say I was right there when it happened. And so I was reaching around the lamb cake to grab something else because I was making noodles. And so this was not related to lambs. This was the day before.
Oh, okay.
Hear me out. So I was making it. Look, I'm trying my best.
Oh,
here.
no, you're fine. Get it.
I was trying to
make noodles.
I will say the lamb's head fell off, and I don't think it was my fault, but it just happened, and it was a little underbaked, so, it just, not completely on me, but I was right there, so plausible deniability, I will say, is not in my favor.
Okay. I've seen 60 Minutes a time or two.
Sure.
Okay. Did you touch the lamb's head?
I didn't mean to.
So you did. Okay, so you might have.
I might have.
You don't recall.
I cannot say.
You don't recall. Okay.
I wasn't trying to sabotage.
A little Mark McGuire action there. I don't remember doing steroids, Congress. No, so it happened.
It happened. Either way, it happened. And yeah, so there was a disadvantage immediately, I will say. One of the lambs was decapitated, which was unfortunate.
But you know what? This is what I like about it, because families do this not do the same exact thing, but with their traditions, sometimes get pretty serious about making sure they're exactly, like making cookies or a gingerbread house.
Hardcore.
God dang, man, you just broke the gingerbread house. Now we can't do this. We were waiting all day to do it.
Yeah.
Instead of just kind of going, well, now we got to cook another. How do you bake a lamb cake to begin with?
Well, we have a lamb tin.
Okay.
So it's
so you put it into a tin.
Yeah. So you don't mold it or anything.
That's what I was.
It's interesting. Yeah. It's kind of cool because it's a very old tin. So it's passed down from like my grandmother's mother. So it's very cool that we have this actually. But we were able to just bake the cake, and you have to be very, very careful taking it out of its little mold, and then in the end, you have a little naked lamb cake, which is very kind of creepy looking.
Be darn.
Yep. And then, but it's almost not as creepy looking as it is when they're finished being decorated, because there are some rough ones out there.
I didn't even realize does yours look something like this or even older?
Yeah, exactly. It's very similar.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't know how to make a lamb. I thought you were going to sit there with a knife and start gnawing on this thing.
Thankfully not, because that would take too long. But
It'd have been like Cake Boss.
We're not that hardcore.
Okay, but you made lemonade out of your lemon here, because the head falls off, and well, you decide, hey, my mom decides to make one with its head lying down on a bed of grass.
Yeah, it's just chilling,
Or dead.
But it's just sleeping.
Sleepy. That's right. Sorry, PG show.
No, but we just went in, and it was just about having fun. It was
cool.
Competition, but it was very friendly competition. So it wasn't too intense by any means.
Like no one put water in your icing or anything like that.
No, nothing too extreme. I'm happy to report.
My family probably would. We'd dab a little water in there, and then
you guys are hardcore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, Well, this is cool though. So how long does it take to put icing on these things? Because you wouldn't think it's a long process, but it's a long process.
Well, it's very delicate, I'll say, because you have these little ears going on, this little lamb that's very delicate cake situation. So you're being very careful. So it didn't take us like hours, but I will say we spent some time on it. It didn't take a super long time, but we spent some time.
Because I was expecting about an hour or two you'd be doing this.
Oh no, we aren't that extreme as people.
No, I get it.
We're pretty low key folk, and so it was very friendly, very low key competition. But the real competition comes from the poll at the end of the article, which Mike upstairs, showed me how to do, and I gotta say, so far it's looking pretty good for me.
I'd hope so. Okay, well, I like them.
Yeah, I see you're looking at the lambs for the first time.
I have not seen the official results. I think I skipped down a little bit. Mike, thank you for the poll. Okay. I like your mom's a lot.
The glam, yes.
The glam on it, the necklace, it's looking good. Are those Reese's Pieces for the eyes in your brother's lamb cake?
Skittles actually.
Skittles,
so,
yellow and red, yellow and orange.
Yeah, so he decided that he would make a lamb cake modeled after my cat, whose name is Arnold. Very cute cat, complete with these chocolate spots that he did. And so I will say, if you saw the cat, they look very similar. So
all right, let's do this. Okay, so here is Sydney. I want to point out something here. I just got to point out something. I'm very fair.
No, let's hear it.
I feel like yours had a better picture.
Well, you know what? That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I took the pictures of all of the lamb cakes, and I didn't intend to show favoritism, but I might have inadvertently.
So we saw Sydney with her lamb cake. I know, it's pretty fun. I'm getting a bunch of texts about
it.
Really? So let's go back over here. This was Sydney's again, okay?
Yeah, look at that.
It looks good. It is. I love the gummy bears that you put down. That's my favorite candy,
little
by the way.
Easter eggs,
love gummy bears.
We got little junior mints for eyes, which make it look very. It's kind of precious. I gotta say, I got really attached.
What'd you use for the nose? A Starburst,
a little
mini Starburst.
Yeah. No, I got very attached. So I was doing this, and I felt very proud of the whole situation.
Now, did you eat it?
Yeah, we ate them.
How'd you feel about eating your prize?
That was kind of bittersweet.
All right, so there's Sydney's. Here's your brothers. This isn't bad. I would do a lot worse. I can tell you that.
I'm saying, if you saw the cat, you'd see how they're similar. Right?
Okay, that's true. We don't have the cat to contextualize
next time.
Next blog talk. And there's your mom's. I like it.
I like it too. No, she did. And you can see she made a little glam lamb, or a glam, if you will.
Are those M&Ms?
Yeah, so M&M eyes.
Sorry, that's copyrighted. Are those Jim and M's?
Those are little chocolate discs. And she included in a little non-edible piece, which is the earring. If you'll see, she attached that. Yeah.
Right here. Let me zoom over that.
Look at that. Yeah. So she attached that with a toothpick, and she was pretty pleased with her glam lamb. So what are you gonna do?
All right, I made my vote.
Oh, there you go.
Man, your mom didn't get the love I thought she was going to get. I voted for your mom's.
Oh, well, first of all, ow. That's okay. She needed it. She needed the plug.
But you're dominating. I mean, this is like watching primary day again over here. 63% of the vote.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised, but I'm pleased to see that people like my lamb. So, but at the end of the day, it was just fun, and it was also, we've never done this before, so it was kind of a fun new tradition too to start, especially as me and my brother get older, to kind of try something different.
Well, yeah, because you never know what the future brings for your family life or how that looks, and if you can find something like this to kind of keep that 10, pass it down, and keep it going, that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay. Are you planning on doing this next year?
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Brother, mom's in?
Yeah, 2025 lamb competition is coming down the
T-shirts
pipeline.
are being made now.
Get ready, everybody.
So was it just vanilla? cake?
So my cake was chocolate cake with vanilla icing, and my brother's was vanilla, and my mother's was lemon. So that's why it has a little yellow tinge to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I think that would have been a good disclaimer for these votes.
See, okay, so what I'm hearing is it's my fault. It's my fault. I decapitated the lamb. I didn't clarify that that's on me.
I love this. This is fun. I needed this today. I am so tired.
Tired.
I really am. I needed this. So the hashtag was trending. 2024 lamb cake competition. But I got to ask, was it just you guys that enjoyed it?
Yeah, so it was us and my grandparents. They came over, and my grandma was very pleased to see her tin being used again.
Bet,
you know, that tradition. And I think that was kind of fun for her to see it happen and all of us do that. So it was kind of not to make it like deep and emotional, but it was kind of nice in a serious way to see that family aspect of it.
Well, you know, in every fun moment, you know, when all those things there always has a seriousness to it, but you don't recognize it normally because you're in the heat of that kind of experience. But I mean, that really is cool, you know, for your grandmother, I'm sure, to see that being passed down and her remembering times she used it before and all that.
Absolutely, yeah. It was
so
very
cool.
good.
Do you have any ideas for next year? Are you going to get creative with this? Are we going to have a cow cake?
So I will say one fair criticism that I have heard so far is that my lamb cake was very basic.
It was, but I'll tell you this. I don't mean this a bad way, folks at home that might have criticized the basicness to this. We live, our generation, currently in the year 2024, if you look at the way houses are being made inside, if you look at the way buildings are being done now, we're kind of a basic generation.
Yeah, and you know...
And it's not a bad thing.
I'll take it. That's
I mean, it's not a bad... It's a clean look.
For sure.
You know, I mean, do you remember... have you ever seen any fabric catalogs from the 90s in those bathrooms?
Oh, my goodness, absolutely.
Oh, my God. Those were just like eyesores. And we're like, oh, look at all these colors, and it's wonderful. And then we realized, let's get all the carpet out of our bathroom and just make it a basic bathroom again. It looks a lot better. I like it, Sydney. Don't let those... Let me criticize you, not them.
There you go. Oh, no, I will. That's what I'll think about tonight when I'm lying there trying to sleep. But
so,
no.
Which ones did your grandparents pick?
So they're very diplomatic. They said these are all great. We'll take. They even wouldn't even choose a flavor. They said we'll take whatever you want to give us. So you know, it's pretty impressive. But
now, how big are these?
They're not that big. They're probably about like.
See, I'm going back to my criticism again because your lamb cake looks massive. Like
it's not massive.
It's not. Okay, so it's a smaller guy.
They're all the same size.
So whenever it was eaten within a few minutes, that's why I was like, how many people you have over at this house? That's a big cake.
No, we just tore into them, and it was bittersweet in some ways, and very sweet because there's a lot of sugar. But it was kind of bittersweet because it was like, oh, my magnum opus lamb cake is gone now, but it's okay because I got that photo, so we're good.
You named it Magnus?
No, magnum opus, as in my masterpiece lamb cake.
You're talking to a blue collar guy here.
No, I should have named it. I couldn't bring myself to name it though. I couldn't do it. It just made me sad.
Because once you would have named that, knowing you'd have got, God dang it, now I gotta eat little Jimmy, you know. So what was your Easter like overall?
My Easter was very nice. It was very low key. My brother was home from school. As we see, he decorated the lamb cake. So he came home from school, and we just kind of hung out. We chilled, and we were off on Friday, so we spent some time together. I picked him up from the train station. It was a nice time.
Get his car back to him?
Yeah, so some background there.
Yeah.
So I recently got hit by a deer. I did not hit a deer. I got hit by a deer. And I was unfortunately in my brother's car. And so he took a few minutes to kind of examine the damage there.
Oh, it's still there.
It's still there. And so he said, wow, you really did get hit by that deer. And I said, yes, I did.
And was that the word for word there?
That's more or less. Let's say maybe throw in a few expletives of it. But he was a good sport about it. So that's good.
Awesome. So brother's back home. Was he able to drive said vehicle? Drivable?
Yeah, it's drivable.
Oh,
so that's
good.
good.
Well, then that's nothing to worry about. I don't know why I rode you so hard then. Man, I was kind of mean the last time. Then I said, you ruined your brother's car and all that.
Yeah, let's remember this for next time.
My apologies.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So, your brother was in for the weekend. What'd you guys cook? What's your cooking look like?
We made a ham, so that was very fun. We had actually never made a ham before, me and my mom, so we did that together. So
now, what'd you use? Did you do like a brown sugar glaze?
Exactly. yeah. That we threw in one of those like screwdrivers, like a Bud Light screwdriver that we just kind of threw in there.
God,
and
love that.
yeah, why not? And it actually turned out really good. So what about you? How was your Easter?
We hung out with the family. I was over with my cousin Brad and his wife and all the extended gentlins and everything else. So I was, you go into these things, and I've done this a time or two. I took about 4 years off of doing the big family stuff, and it wasn't because of it. Just we didn't have really a lot of big family stuff going on.
I get that,
but I forgot how quickly it can catch up to me. Okay,
really?
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit hurting on Monday morning. I was a little bit hurting. You say you're gonna have 2 beers, and then you have 2 beers in 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden there's 6, and then you got to stop because you're like, man, I just haven't eaten yet.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I wasn't inebriated. I do want to clarify. I wasn't wandering around the streets there, falling over myself. I just probably should not have had 6, 7 beers on a Sunday.
It happens quick, but that's the secret, actually. That's why you celebrate on Saturday. So
is that what you guys did?
Saturday.
No, that's smart.
Yep.
I like that a lot better because to me, Sunday's a relaxation
Absolutely.
day. You know
Sunday,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get nothing done on a Sunday.
Why can't we do? I get it's up. Yeah, I don't know. I like that. I like a Saturday.
Absolutely.
Thing.
Sunday's time for just relaxing.
What sides did you make?
Done. What sides did we make? We made a potato casserole, which was good. Cheesy potato casserole. And corn casserole. I don't know if you were a fan of corn casserole, but I got to say, big fan. So,
I like casseroles. It's the Midwestern in me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
So you can't go wrong. And I'm really not a picky eater, so I'll anything sounds good to me, so I'm good to go.
Mine's just horseradish. If it has any of that weird thing in there, get it out of here.
Well, that's fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? Like anything else, I'm good.
Enough,
No, well, that's just me. Now, in terms of, did your grandparents bring anything over?
Yeah, they brought the corn casserole, so which was nice, and we just hung out, and we have a pretty small family, so we just kind of chilled and took it easy. We watched Lord of the Rings, which I've actually, don't hate me, I've actually never seen before. So.
Have you seen Star Wars?
No, I've never seen Star Wars. I've seen Harry Potter. I've read Harry Potter. Does that count for anything? I don't know.
Have you seen The Godfather?
Yes, I've seen The Godfather.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
I have seen The Godfather.
Goodfellas?
No.
Casino?
No. I haven't seen a lot of movies, I'm realizing, right now.
Singing in the Rain?
So I'm going to go see it. I'm actually going to go see it at Alton Little Theater. So good segue.
I'm going May 10th.
Are you? Yeah, I need to get my tickets still. And I hear they're selling out.
They are.
It's time.
They are selling out. My season ends May 10th, so I'm going to go celebrate that evening at Alton Little Theater.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Go have a glass of wine by myself and just sit there and dark lights, just kind of hang out.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad you're doing that. Now, Casablanca?
So they're all on my list.
Oh my God, we have a fun lunch ahead of us today. No, so that's cool though. How was Lord of the Rings and all that?
Oh, it was really good. So we, I'm watching it with my dad. We watched like a few minutes of it during the, everyone's kind of talking and stuff. So, but me and my dad have been watching it, and we've gotten through about half of it so far of the first movie.
That's cool.
We're going very slowly.
Well, no, you need to with something like that.
It's
a lot to take in.
We're watching the extended edition, so we're committed, long haul. But no, I like it a lot so far. I like that fantasy stuff, so it's really interesting.
I do too.
Yeah, it's fun.
There was a movie they made, and it was called Prometheus, and it was about I love those type of things, or like The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Like everyone like just completely dogged it, and I thought it was like one of the best movies ever. Yeah. Like I was like, that's me. Like I'm here, but I'm not here half the time. You know.
That segues. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Godfather.
Godfather, really? That's interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why?
It's the way it tells the story of the American family without telling the story of the American family.
Oh, see, that was a really good answer. I'll have to rewatch it. No, that's really cool.
Yep, I always have a lot of those political BS answers just loaded in the sleeve, ready to go.
You're just ready at all times.
Anything, American's dream, right?
Yeah, right.
No, but it really is teaching you the value of the American family. But I got to ask you, when is the last time that you guys really had a tradition on Easter? Was this the first time you had something kind of new, or?
Well, probably when we were young, right? We used to, the Easter Bunny would come, and we'd, do little things like that when we were really young. So I would consider that like kind of a fun tradition that we had. But this is probably the first time that we've had something that's a little bit, just us doing something fun for Easter anyway.
There's not a lot of newer Easter traditions out there. And there was something I saw the other day where this guy's mom did like an Easter egg hunt matching game. So like you were all at the table and there was prizes in the eggs, but you had to pick up the cups and like you had one yellow here, so you had to find the other yellow. You know?
Oh, that's so fun.
That's kind of fun. You can turn that into a fun adult game too. You know, like
different.
drinking and all that.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of the fun thing too, because me and my brother are adults now, and so finding ways to make this, you know, still like a fun holiday and a fun tradition, and still create traditions too, even though we have our own lives now. You know, a family is really important to me, so you know, just trying to make that make it fun for everybody.
Now, what was the best tasting dish at your Easter?
Oh, I can't do that. I gotta say, I'm proud of the ham, though. That was
okay, let's go.
I'm proud of the ham, so.
Box out of 10?
Yeah, you know, probably it's a 10 out of 10, gotta say.
Now, are you a ham person to begin with?
I am. So I try to be a vegetarian, and I'm not. I try really hard to.
Hey, I like the. You're always honest about this,
right? And I try, and you know, I've written about that before a little bit with like, you know, taking care of cows before and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I try to limit the amount of meat that I eat. But for a holiday, I'm just saying, ham's really good. So don't come after me, everybody, please.
There you go. So with that being said, what's your takeaway over the weekend?
My takeaway, you know, I'd say it was just a good time, and that's what I promote for everybody. Just go out and have those traditions if you have them, or create new ones too, because it was just fun to do something different.
Yeah.
And, you know, why not either? You know, we get so stuck into what we do every year and, you know, into those traditions, but there's a chance to create new ones too, and kind of go and try something different and experiment a little bit. And we did it in a very low-key way. Like I said, we were pretty chill. Everyone was, you know, friendly about it, but it was just a fun chance to
Don't put water in anyone's icing.
Yeah, you know,
nice.
keep it chill.
Now, with that being said, I forgot what I was going to ask you.
It'll come to you.
I'm drawing a blank here for the first time on the show in a while.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, yes. Here's what it was. What are you working on this week?
Oh my gosh, so many things. So you probably...
And it's Thursday.
It's Thursday. So many things. You're probably aware of this, but there are a lot of really cool things happening in our community right now. So we got a couple of event previews coming up.
Okay, yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. And I just finished a story that kind of recapped your interview with Centerstone, which was great yesterday. Yeah.
They're wonderful.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Flourish is a great program. I thought it was so cool.
It is. No, they have some very cool programs. And then we also have coming up, and I don't know if you've talked about this yet, but you probably should start you know, shouting out to it. But Who
likes mushrooms? Not those. Not those much. Sorry, morals.
Morals. Yeah.
That's right, fill us in.
Yeah, so we are going to be at the Raging Rivers Mushroom Hunting Festival on April 20th. And CJ and I will be there, and we'll be hanging out. So come and say hi if you see us, and come hunt some mushrooms and just have a good time. It sounds like it's going to be really fun.
It's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah.
And if you're somebody out there that wants to be a vendor a part of this, there's so many businesses that are jumping in. It's only $65 to be a vendor, and there's going to be hundreds, if not thousands of people there hanging out because Sydney's going to be there.
Yeah.
So
don't forget that. Yeah.
And that's why they're coming. So seriously, get your vendor booth. This is going to be great if you do like home shows, any type of vendor craft fair. It doesn't matter what you're a part of, what you got going on. Come be a part of the Mushroom Festival. And as a disclaimer again, not those mushrooms, the moral mushrooms.
No, the good kind of mushrooms.
I wouldn't go that far. But that's on April the 20th, and it runs from 10 a.m. to 6?
I think so. You know what? We're going to come back next week and let you know.
And we'll give you the time.
Sure.
But April 20th, you mark your calendar. You get ready to hang out with Sydney and myself. And just remember that it all starts with fear, no factor, and your lamb cake could look just as good as Sydney's.
There you go.
Sydney, thank you so much for your time. I'll talk to you in about 8 minutes.
Awesome. Sounds good.
I'll take a quick break. We'll come back, wrap up the 10 o'clock hour right after this on RiverBender.